planet Holon, straddling the line between the red galactic karmic Neptune memory and red solar prophetic Uranus navigation zones on the Arabian Peninsula, not far from the Red Sea, you will find the Earth's most singular power point and interplanetary memory node, the Kaaba in Mecca. What is the source of this magnetic interplanetary memory attractor? If we look up past the red galactic karmic Neptune zone, we come to the generator of the red chromatic sequence galactic karmic Maldek, the destroyed planet. Here lies the root and cause of the Kaaba's potent drawing power. The memories of Maldek, now the asteroid belt, are transmitted in a downward flow to the galactic karmic memory zone, the hub of the old world, to be condensed into a supremely concentrated point in Mecca. Just beyond Mecca is the Red Sea, and on the other side of the Red Sea is the next sequence of the chromatic red zone, the solar prophetic Uranus navigation zone. From the interplanetary vantage point, Uranus is Earth's biotelepathic twin and the object of the evolutionary advancement of the human once the time tunnels are opened. The migrations of spirit generated in Maldek, its memory stored in Neptune to be focalized in the Kaaba, are finally released as a time travel navigation to Uranus. In this interplanetary saga, the terrestrial focus is the Kaaba. Let us examine the story behind this singular geomantic site. Every day, more than 1 billion humans bow 5 times in prayer to one single point on the surface of the earth, the Kaaba in Mecca. Every year, more than 1 million Muslims make a pilgrimage, Al-Hajj, in mass to this point in Saudi Arabia, a shrine called the Kaaba, or the black stone, some say dark red. This magnetic object with 5 billion prayers a day literally directed to it. There is no other phenomenon that compares with this on Earth. Why is this so, and what does it mean for the destiny of our planet? The Kaaba functions as the Qibla, the direction a Muslim faces while praying. Muslims consciously orient themselves at 5 specific times per day to the Kaaba, a 35 times 40 times 50 feet cube-shaped structure, with a 12-inch diameter black oval stone set within its northeastern corner. It is amazing to consider the number of people directing their energy and prayers to that particular point. Those millions who make the pilgrimage at Hajj or on their own to Mecca circumambulate 7 times around the shrine. Why is it that in this remote place in the desert of Saudi Arabia, the Kaaba is the basis or object of the most synchronized form of spiritual practice on the planet? Think about the numbers. Each pilgrim that visits the Kaaba circumambulates the stone 7 times. 5 times a day, approximately 1.3 billion Muslims make Salat prayers in the conscious orientation toward the Kaaba. That is more than 6 billion prayers a day directed to one specific place. This is thus distinguished from any other place on earth. This is often spoken of but rarely explained. Kaaba is derived from the Arabic word Kab, which means cube. The Kaaba is literally the house of the cube, and the main shrine of all of Islam. The heart and purpose of the Kaaba lies in its eastern corner that contains a small stone. This mysterious black stone is the reason for the shrine of the Kaaba, or cube. Why is it that a cube enshrines the stone? What is the stone? Some scholars have suggested that the stone is a meteorite fallen to earth. One Islamic tradition suggests that the black stone fell from heaven to a place near the Red Sea during the time of Adam and Eve. This stone traces back to Abraham, who was sent by God on a journey through Arabia with Hagar, the mother of his second son, Ishmael. Abraham had originally set off from Ur, near present-day Baghdad. He made the journey south into the Arabian Peninsula, where he found the Black Stone. The rare stone is said to have a celestial origin. It was originally an angel, as the story goes. God appointed the guardian angel to Adam, an angel of knowledge. At the beginning of creation, God asked all beings in the universe to take a vow before incarnation that they would remember Him after their incarnation to this planet. This vow of remembrance was placed in the heart of every being. God then asked the angel to swallow the declaration so that this knowledge would be inside of him. This was to ensure that no being could say that they had no knowledge of God. This was the angel of Adam's knowledge. When Adam and Eve were tempted by Satan to eat from the forbidden tree, he promised them that they would possess all knowledge of the entire universe. The tree of knowledge was meant for Adam and Eve, but only at the right time. Satan tempted them to eat of this tree prematurely, and at that moment, when Adam forgot, the angel was turned to a precious white stone. Adam and Eve were then sent to earth. When Adam fell to earth, he awoke, so it is said, in Ceylon. Nearby he saw a stone and heard it speak. Do you remember who I am before Satan made you forget? Then the angel Gabriel appeared to Adam with the message to carry the stone until he found the place that is the replica of the house above the seventh heaven, or the house of universal intelligence, called Al-Bayt ul-Mamur. Adam finally carried the stone to where Mecca is today, and he built the house with that stone in place. Several cycles later, Abraham was guided to find the stone. When he found it, it was now black, covered with the immaculated sins and corruption of humanity. Abraham and his son Ishmael retrieved the stone and placed it in the house that they had built for it. This was the second Kaaba. The first was built by Adam. The pillar of that stone connects to the Palace of Universal Intelligence. This is the place where Muhammad went on his night journey, the ascent to the seventh heaven, where he saw 70,000 angels who every 7 days make a complete circumambulation around this house, the Al-Bayt ul-Mamur, Allah's house. This is the model or template of the earthly Kaaba. This is where Muhammad received the instructions for the 5 daily Salat prayers. Muhammad established historical Islam and was the last of the 3 messengers of the awakening, preceded by Buddha and Jesus. He completed his mission on earth in the 2nd year of Pakalvotan's cycle of power. When Muhammad's soul ascended, June 8, 632, Islam split into 2 schools, Shiite and Sunnah. Shiite refers to the belief in the succession of the Imams, beginning with Muhammad's nephew, Ali. Sunnah refers to the tradition of following the teachings and sayings of the life of Muhammad. The whole of Islamic law, called the Sharia, was derived primarily from the Quran and Sunnah texts. Toward the end of the 8th century, but still during the classic period of the Mayan civilization in the New World, the Shiites split into 2 schools, the Ismailite tradition with 7 Imams and the 12 Imam school. By the time of Muhammad, the Kaaba built by Abraham and Ishmael was filled with 360 idols, some say 365. One story tells that when Muhammad first saw the Kaaba stone, tears fell from his eyes and he touched and kissed its surface. Muhammad was first directed to purify the Kaaba, making him the third, following Adam and Abraham, to purify and rebuild the Kaaba in its present form. Muhammad himself placed the stone in the place where it is now enshrined. This telling of the story of the stone points to a direct line of prophetic transmission from Adam to Abraham to Muhammad, a lineage that runs from the first man and prophet, Adam, to the seal of the prophets, Muhammad. In the Kabbalistic tradition, the original Adam was Adam Kadmon, the Red Adam. In the interplanetary cosmology, this Red Adam originated on Maldek, place of the original Garden of Eden. The sacred stone was a remnant from Maldek that fell to Earth after the planet was destroyed. In this regard, the stone signifies a memorial fragment of the catastrophe of Maldek, the karma of which everyone on Earth is now living out. Since that stone was originally the angel of knowledge, when Muslim pilgrims visit that stone, they are going to the point that holds the original vow of remembrance that God placed in their heart before their incarnation. When they make a pilgrimage to the stone, they are redeeming what Adam forgot when he was cast out from paradise. So the rite of touching the stone becomes a recapitulative and redemptive cosmology.